Hey guys, it's Dr. Hansen with Hansen Health Solutions. Today on another episode of This Other Doctor Told Me. One thing that people approach me with a lot, especially when it comes to regenerative medicine, is that some doc told me that the stem cells need to be autologous. They need to come from my own body. The reality is it's just really a matter of weighing pros and cons. And to give you the short answer, personally, I see zero pros to getting stem cells from your own body, and I do see quite a few cons to doing it that way. One, when you get stem cells from your own body, you are getting a net negative of stem cells. So the whole point of this is that we want more of them. And what you're doing is you're harvesting stem cells. You're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're taking stem cells away from one part of your body. You're giving them to another part. That's helpful for the area where you're putting them, but hurtful to the other area that needs those stem cells to stay healthy and young and vibrant. Also, as we age our stem cells, we have less of them and they're less effective. So not only are we robbing Peter to pay Paul, but we're also trying to treat the condition with a lesser amount of stem cells that are less effective, and that just yields more poor results in the long term. So you're also, in that case, risking your outcomes. 3, to harvest stem cells from a person, to use them on themselves, this is a very invasive procedure with risk of infection, etc. So you're either going to have to do kind of a liposuction type procedure to get adipose or stem cells tissues from adipose or fat tissue, or you're going to have to do a bone marrow aspiration, which means they go into the bone to pull out bone marrow. This is not a simple blood draw type thing. This is, again, quite a bit more invasive. It carries a lot more risk, especially of infection and that sort of thing. The great news is there is zero or there's only positives when it comes to using stem cells from an outside source. One, as we've discussed in previous videos, there's zero graft versus host rejection, autoimmune response, or any concern with any risk of those coming from outside the body. 2, we can get stem cells that are highly potent, in fact, the most potent and the most concentrated, so you're getting a lot of stem cells that are really powerful. 2, we can also determine exactly how many of those stem cells you're getting. If we try and pull stem cells out of you, we kind of have to just roll the dice on how many stem cells we're actually going to get out of that procedure. And then that's kind of just what you get. When we get stem cells from an umbilical cord or Wharton's jelly or that sort of thing, we can actually determine precisely how many stem cells you're getting. I shouldn't say precisely. Essentially, we can see with a lot of regularity, we can dictate how many stem cells you're getting, the quantity, etc. That also is very important for conditions that need to be treated with a series of therapy, and that allows us to have a lot of good consistency in our treatment protocols. But anyways, at the end of the day, you definitely can get stem cells from your own body, but at this point, I've yet to see any research that shows any big positives to that you can't get with stem cells outside of your body, and unfortunately, there's quite a bit of negatives associated too. So ultimately, it is your choice, but that's how we kind of view things here at Hansen Health Solutions, at least for the time being. The great news is this is a growing field, lots of research being done on a regular basis, and so that could change in the future. But for now, that's the best of our understanding, so that's what we go with here at Hansen Health Solutions. If you have any other questions, definitely let us know.